live.
Oh. Hey.
Hello.
Oh, hi! I see you.
Ghost dogs of Moonlit.
Yes, so we're... What, this is the third time we're playing this?
Yeah.
It's not a long game if you take the
should've-
dialogue out, but...
I should have washed my glasses. Ow.
Huh. As long as it's gonna stink in here, I might as well wash mine too. Sorry, you slept a lot. Yeah, must be nice. I've been having a hard time with the sleeping lately.
I woke up several times during the night, but that was because for some reason YouTube decided to autoplay just randomly. So I kept waking up to videos, but not enough to turn the blamed thing off.
Yeah, you gotta set your phone to automatically turn itself off, because I don't know if you can do that for the YouTube app.
The thing is that it normally does. I don't know why it just decided, oh, we're gonna autoplay now.
Certain apps stink for that. Oh, Spotify got rid of the feature to have a sleep timer. Like, I can't find it anymore. And I'm like, well, you're useless to
Sounds
me.
like-
Because the reason I have Spotify on my phone, like, primarily, was for the Sleep With Me podcast, where a guy with a boring voice just sort of rambles for like an hour. I really love it.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds like
Yeah.
signature modern software design. Get rid of features that the users want just for no reason. Just because you can't be fussed to maintain the feature or some junk. Like you know best. I got into an argument with someone on Reddit
Oops.
over Windows 10 because of course there's someone who actually likes it.
Okay, so Naomi's gonna have to leave in a couple minutes to feed animals and get supper, but she will return. If you return after 7, I might be gone, but Peter might still be here. Excuse me. I don't know what you're doing.
I don't remember where we left off. Malone or... Oh! 012932 was an unlucky day then for Malone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's
What do you
rather...
think? Yeah, that's very cheaty.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
never
like that's
looked,
rather explicit.
I never looked into... As far as I recall, I don't remember reading case notes for this game. But man, that is on the nose.
I mean, I kinda had to, just to get some idea of where the heck we left off. So...
Do we have the camo yet? Oh no, you have to get bugs, Peter.
Oh, we need... Oh, I need bugs. How do I...
Do you want me to do this part? Because you seem angry.
I'm not angry.
Anytime...
Those look too rotten.
So anytime you hear chirping, it means that there are bugs nearby. But remember, you were like,
Okay.
ugh, bugs.
Bugs are gross. Oh.
Fast. Well, you didn't get any.
What?
It's a reflex thing. The bugs will run away.
Oh, I have to grab them by hand. I reached for the box because I thought grab the box, then use it on the bugs.
Yeah, no. But luckily it did auto reset the puzzle, so accidental genius.
Yeah.
I like this game. I'm not sure that I'm sold on watching someone else play it. Because I'm just sitting here going, don't go that way. Don't go that way. You're wasting time.
I mean, the thing is that, like, you have a strangely good memory for this kind of stuff.
This story is very story. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, there's a coherent story to remember. So I remember a lot of it. I do not remember, like, almost any of the plot from the Shattered Medallion, and I just replayed that. So for the story games, like, I'm not gonna say that this is like a masterpiece in terms of story, but it's a solid story, and I remember that.
I mean, yeah, I remember the basic story too, but I'm still able to play this more or less as if it's a new playthrough.
Yeah, I can't. I also, just throwing this out there, I only remember useless things, it feels like. Like, that's an exaggeration, but you get what I mean? Like, I struggle to remember the things that are important, but I'm like, yeah, I remember everything from Ghost Dogs.
I hate bugs.
Yeah, this was not the fun part of the game. It's funny, people cite...
At least it's not as bad as Kapu Cave.
Kapu Cave is, like, next level.
What?
You missed some bugs and it was stressful.
There's no chirping
There was.
of the bird. There's chirping of the bird.
But anyway, like... There you go. Kapu Cave was admittedly... Kapu Cave was actually kind of more fun to play than a lot of the Nancy Drew games. Hot take, because a lot of people hated it, but it had a lot of really fun parts, and the only problem was its many, many faults.
Okay, you know what? We open the
clue.
tomb, get the bugs that have been eating the corpse.
That's how that works. That's definitely how that works. I want to rip my eyeball out of my head and just start over. Be like, you know what? New year, new me. That's what that means, right?
Oh my gosh, goodness gravy.
How many do you have? 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes.
So you only need 5 more. It isn't as bad as the Frass one, but that's kind of like saying...
Frass?
That's why you hate Creature of Kapu Cave. Is because of the Frass puzzle. That's why everyone hates that.
I
Because
hate
it's just
bugs.
It's just a bad puzzle, honestly. It's a lot of needless back and forthing. It's a lot of pointless errands that aren't important for anything. And if you're super, super into bugs, maybe that
You're
would be...
a freak.
Jenny likes bugs. Well, she likes spiders. Spiders are bugs. But no, like, it's a different subset. It would be kind of like forcing someone who doesn't like country music to listen to country music for your puzzle. They're obviously not going to enjoy that. It doesn't mean that country music is bad, it just means that you picked a subset of thing that quite a few people dislike. And I say this as someone who likes, with a huge asterisk.
I think I've
Country
looked
music.
at every rock that's chirped.
I wonder what we can do now.
Go tonight.
We could try that. Well, you can leave now.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Mister, I don't need to pay attention to the directions, because I have good spatial awareness.
I do.
Yeah, I can see that. What's fun is that we can measure how often you get lost by how many times you come across the cardinal.
Shut up.
Like, why else did you bring me here? There's nothing. You don't want me to help with the puzzles because I remembered them all. So my only option is to sit here and critique you. I guess I could provide, like, pointless factoids. Did you know that the 1920s happened 100 years ago? A 100 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, chirp, chirp, chirp,
Chirp?
chirp, chirp,
Yeah.
chirp,
Oh my gosh.
chirp, chirp.
Yeah. Oh, gracious. Okay, no, it's, if you click it once and there's no bug, there is no bug. Walk forward. Turn around.
Oh, glowworm.
There's another rock there that you could check. I mean, there's no
But
chirping.
the chirping stopped.
Yeah, I don't know if there's chirping for all of them, to be honest. I mean, to
Well,
be
I mean,
honest,
there
I don't
shouldn't
think
be chirping for
glowworms.
any of them.
No, you can chirp for grasshoppers, but I'm gonna go out there and say that if your worm is chirping, you have a problem.
You might be a redneck.
That's how that works.
I don't.
I think you
Oh,
only
golly.
need 2 more.
Yeah.
Such strange noises you make. Right back at you.
Last night I felt like I was suffocating on my own phlegm.
So, I'm taking control of the conversation. So, Ghost Dogs came out a while ago, and it was made by a studio.
2004, I want to say.
Do you have something I could look up factoids on as you wander the forest, totally not lost, but passing the same log 10 times? Thank you.
Shut up.
I don't know how to open
I'm
your...
trying to
phone.
vary my approach.
Okay, I can find Google.
I found the exit.
Don't read, just write. See...
Wandering a forest at night to find a graveyard sounds awesome.
What's funny is that, like, it's just a very peaceful game, honestly. Like, I don't get the spooky feelings from this, because it just sort of feels like home, I say, as we approach the graveyard. It's where I feel most cozy. Oh wait, look at the box! Let's count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Let's count them less weirdly. Can you open it up and just
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, that's all we needed, right?
I don't remember. I just want to stop looking at bugs. I hate bugs. Ugh. Got
Okay.
a dozen pieces of bait. Time to return to Emily. Ooh, howling.
Oh, I love howling. Okay, so this is the 7th Nancy Drew game by Her Interactive. It has an ESRB rating of E for moments of mild violence and peril.
Yeah.
The game is loosely based on 2 books. Nancy Drew Ghost Stories, Ghost Dogs of Whispering Woods, and Mystery by Moonlight.
I wonder if it came with either of those, because remember that Sarah's copy came with a book.
Not this one, but
Yeah.
wait,
This
this
one.
one. But it didn't come with, like...
Huh?
It didn't come with one of those, I don't think.
All I know is it came with a Nancy Drew book.
Yeesh. What's wrong with bugs?
They're gross, and I hate looking at them.
It's funny, I was hoping to find
I
some
get
cool
creepy
tidbits
crawlies all over my
by
body
looking at
when
Wikipedia.
I look at them.
But it's just like, these are the characters, this is who voiced them. The best... Aha! Charles Herald of the New York Times wrote that Ghost Dogs of Moon Lake is neither the best nor the worst Nancy Drew game, but is set apart from the others by an inexplicable design flaw. It virtually solves many of the puzzles for you. I call that a great step in the right direction. I hate puzzles. I'm playing this for the mystery, man.
I don't think it really solves the puzzles for
Nice
you.
Junior Park
It kind
Ranger
of
pen.
does.
You must
Like,
I mean,
compared
that
to
one.
the other
Take it to good
games.
side.
Any word from Tucker, what's his name? He hasn't been by to move that tree yet.
I'll give him another call. But like I said, the man marches to the beat of another drummer. A very slow drummer.
Guess I'll see you later.
Keep on trucking.
Take the bugs.
A very slow...
Take the
Nancy,
bugs.
how's the bait finding coming along?
Got him right here.
Take
She
them.
had
You
to
done
read...
all right for a
This
city gal.
would be
Here you go. Whatever
traumatizing
you're hiding from
if
won't
I
catch
actually
you.
had to do this in
How you
real life.
holding up?
Guess I'll see you later.
Oh, man.
Yola,
You weren't
yoo-hoo.
dragged on some of the nature things that I was.
Uh,
I think the idea was to build a love of the outdoors. No, but it does... The game makes sure that you understand at every point how to solve the puzzles. I'd say the least hand-holdy it gets is the,
Good
dog
news.
clock.
I have information on your mystery woman.
You are
Don't give him
incredible,
a big
Ranger
head.
Akers. What did you find out?
Her name these days is Vivian Whitmore. She lives in Las Vegas, and her number is 702-555-9137.
Sorry to bother you again, but did those results from the water test come in yet?
There's something here for you from the State Department of Health.
Yay!
Do not drink or use the
Oh my
water from
gosh,
your
not
well.
only is the water bad, but it seems like the well may have been contaminated deliberately.
Initial tests found high levels of arsenic in the sample you sent us. While it is not unusual to find trace amounts of arsenic in wells in your area, the amount in your sample far exceeded standard safety limits. Therefore, the water in your well is unsafe for any purpose. Further tests have been requested. They will take 2 weeks to complete.
So Nancy goes, oh my gosh, someone may have poisoned the well. But that's not, they said it's not unusual to find trace amounts, but yours exceeds the safety limits. That means that it's normal to find some.
Some, but not the amount that was in it.
That's not necessarily what that implies. It could just imply that you could normally keep using the water, but since yours exceeds the safety limit, it's not okay. You get what I mean?
Kind of.
Because
But
that statement to me never made it sound, to my brain, like it was poisoned. It just sounded like...
the word here is far. Your sample far exceeded standard safety limits.
And you could infer from that. It's 2 against 1, but I'm just saying, I've read it a bunch of times and I was always like, oh, so it's just worse. Maybe this is the location. Has to come from somewhere.
I wouldn't go jumping to conclusions without proof, Ms. Drew. I'm sure there's a far less melodramatic...
Okay, no. Let's pause on this. It's been poisoned! Let's not go jumping to conclusions. I'm sure there's a less melodramatic explanation. Where's Yogi?
He's out back, looking at the picnic baskets.
Where's Yogi?
With
On the
arsenic.
run, out back. Even out of sight, he's under my full control, as park rules require.
I
Thanks
control
for all
him
your
with this
help.
remote.
Always a pleasure.
Makes about as much sense as the dog from Call of Duty Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Though apparently we are developing ways to, like, literally remote control dogs. For, like, bomb sniffing or something like that.
Aw. I understand the necessity, it still makes me sad. I love fake cursive fonts that just make it annoying to read.
Honestly, that's how I feel about cursive in general.
But it's fake cursive. I also don't like cursive fonts where they're like, read this book. And I'm like, you know what? If it's in cursive on a computer screen, I'm not doing it. If it's in
I'm
cursive
conflicted.
on paper, I will read it. But on a computer screen, it is all kinds of difficult to keep track of where everything is.
I'm
I want to rip my
I'm
eyeball out.
conflicted because, like, I like the journals in Myst.
Well, and I don't like slapstick, but I like over the head. You can have exceptions while still maintaining. That cookie is garbage. But I like the cookie.
I do say, like, modern Myst likes, I appreciate how they tend to have a way to get it to transcribe the information from journals and the like to more easily readable formats. However, I don't think they do it right because it takes you out of the experience because it's just this semi-transparent window that pops up.
Yeah. And so Naomi points out, trace elements aren't all that unusual. The amounts necessary to far exceed safe limits either means intentional contamination or an unusual source of arsenic. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that in Nancy's shoes, I perhaps would have said, interesting, I wonder if there's a weird source of arsenic in the area, because there's a huge leap in evil between scaring people with ghost dogs, or I guess if we're working under the assumption that the ghost dogs are operating independently and free-spirited, it's a huge leap to go from the ghosts are haunting to let's murder people. And I get that you're supposed to test your well water first, but we all know that idiots exist. It's a well-documented fact. And so I believe that if you pour arsenic in someone's well, you would be charged with attempted murder.
Okay, and then we can't get the 6th one, right?
Well, not necessarily, but maybe it's not in the woods. Because we've been everywhere and we haven't seen it in here, right?
Sure.
Oh, that's kind of the other
I mean,
thing.
There
Is
is
that-
a loud noise, but
Well,
it's not...
It's just ambiance. Nope.
So where else could it be, then?
No, don't read. No. Okay. Allow me my Lamaze breathing.
I found the cemetery.
Yeah, I know, because you wouldn't listen to me when I told you to not turn right. You always get stuck at the place with the fallen log, and you're like, I want to go right. Kiss me.
So you go.
Not
You
that
don't go
fallen
left
log.
at the fallen log.
That there. There you go. Whew, okay.
So do we nighty-night and go talk to the dude, or...
Right, like, I get the... I get that attempted murder would facilitate Sally McDonald not wanting to live in that house. But I'm saying that it's a bit of a... it's a leap in evil. But, I mean, I guess the villains in Nancy Drew are kind of like that, where they're like, I stole a necklace, and now I will murder you with a knife.
How's the bird watching coming along?
I just can't seem to find a red-tailed hawk. Any suggestions?
Well, there's gotta be lots around here. You haven't been going around
Oh,
wearing
he's
sunglasses
so
and earmuffs,
charming.
have you?
No,
And yet he'd
Red,
make
I
it pretty
haven't.
far in Survivor.
Well, according to my bird map, they like to nest in
He
the
wouldn't
big
make the
tree
final
that's
two,
just to
but-
the southwest of the Malone house. I suggest you park yourself nearby and wait. Bound to spot one sooner or later.
See you in a while.
Actually, no, he
Down the
is
notch.
almost exactly
Remember.
like this one dude. Man, he was annoying.
So, southwest.
I'd better wait until daylight.
Yeah.
Southwest. How do I get southwest?
Which way is south?
That way.
Okay. So how can you move? Wow, you're moving south. You're facing south.
Shut up. Oh, this?
Yes.
Is this what he was referring to?
I'd better wait until daylight.
I suspect that the reviewer was also like, they just tell you what birds you're looking at. You don't have to listen for the exact...
Honestly, this would be insufferable.
Well, I don't see any hawks, but this is probably the tree Red was talking about. At least it was the tree.
I love that Red
He-
just never
That sounded like
noticed
a
that...
Key R.
This is pretty important. Pay attention.
There it is. I better get a picture before it takes off.
Key R. What is that? Key. Ooh. 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 Speaker.
I know. It's a bird.
Speaker.
I love birds.
That's so cool.
What is that hawk standing on? Oh, that looks like a speaker.
Yes.
Whap.
Huh? I better get
This
out of here.
is such an annoying
My arms
puzzle.
and legs are tied.
And
I
I
can't
find it
move.
weird that they took a
At
picture.
least I can kick. If I
of
could just get
someone's
that
hands
sight down,
tied
I
up.
could use the blade to cut the rope
Must
around
be
my
a fun
wrists
day
and
to
free
be
my hands.
interactive.
Okay. Well, shut up. This is cool.
Oh, yeah, you like stuff like this. I'm not huge into timed puzzles.
Oh, I'm not usually either.
So you've learned that that's how you roll that thing.
I think I irreparably screwed up.
Yeah, you did.
I have to light that on fire. And then... Okay. Singe me, baby.
Oh, I don't like that. But no, the maddening part for me is I don't love when the puzzle is timed and they punish you. It's not as bad as the one in Louisiana.
Okay.
This one is pretty straightforward. But the one in Louisiana,
This is
I
a
was just
very, very cool setup. And honestly, it would detract from the experience if they didn't let you die.
just keep pumping
Because
the gas.
I have played a LucasArts style adventure game where you are being chased by a car gunning you down and you can't die, and it cheapens the experience so much because it's like, well, there's no danger.
Yeah. But how does this fit? There you go. Oh, I forgot they don't do good news, bad news. That was like
Yeah,
the
not
only
yet.
good part of... Okay, what do you think you're doing? There you go. Yay, fire! And Nancy is beheaded instead of...
I can't just let this thing burn up. I've got to put it out.
See, I didn't understand that as a kid, but as an adult now, I kind of understand it.
getting beheaded.
No, having to put it out.
What in blazes happened? I saw the fire from my platform and came running. You weren't in there playing with matches, were you?
Oh, he's
I
unsettling
was
to
looking
look
at birds, and then I noticed something on the house, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the tool shed and somebody was setting it on fire.
Whoa, you're not making much sense. Probably smoke inhalation or something. Come talk to me after you've cleaned yourself up and gotten some sleep. I need to tell you something.
Somebody
I
tried to
did
kill you?
it.
I didn't say that.
Somebody knocked you out, locked you in a shed, set it on fire, and you think
My
they were
gosh,
what,
so
just pulling a prank?
Nancy's
It's just a prank, bro!
It's just hard for me to believe that anybody would consider me to be that big a threat.
attempted
never
murder
let you
prank
say that by
gone wrong.
yourself.
Sally, I'm fine. I feel bad about your tool shed, though.
Who cares about the shed? It was full of junk anyway. I'm glad to be rid of it.
That's kind of the way Ranger Akers saw it, too. He showed up right after the birdwatcher did and ticketed me for burning refuse in a manner that endangered park property.
Oh,
That man
gosh.
is insufferable.
Emily was nice, though. She came by right afterwards and wouldn't leave until I drank the tea she made for me.
Look, Nancy, one more time. If you want to leave, just say the word and I'll come get you.
Sally, one more time. I'm fine.
Well, then promise me you'll be careful, okay?
I promise.
Pinky
I'll be in touch.
promise.
You better.
Oh, Vivian. Okay.
Hello?
Bess, it's Nancy.
I know that. What's going on?
Get this. It turns out that Jeff Akers will be one happy park ranger if Sally sells her Moon Lake property back to the bank, and they wind up selling it to the Parks Department.
You think he might be responsible for all this ghost dog stuff?
He has a motive and he has a dog, although it doesn't look at all like the dogs that have been scaring Sally.
But it shows he knows something about dogs. Better pull out your suspect list and pencil him in, Nan. I still say you guys should lighten up on him.
You two would get a kick out of the woman who
You
owns
raise a
this
good
little
point,
store
but
on
there's so
Moon
much
Lake.
chatter on the
How so?
screen.
She's
that,
a real country
are they
gal.
done talking?
We got
No.
this deal worked out where if I need something she carries, she'll let me do little chores to pay for it.
What kind of little chores?
Oh, like collecting bugs and worms so she can sell them to fishermen as bait.
Sounds delightful.
Unfortunately, she may not be as harmless as she seems.
Why do you say that?
She also sells antiques from the 1920s that she finds in Moon Lake.
Is that bad?
If she's been getting them by dragging the lake in front of Sally's house, it is. That's illegal.
You know what that means?
It means Emily Griffin has made my suspect list.
Because if she is breaking the law, she'd want the Malone house to stay empty so she can keep dragging the lake without anybody seeing her.
I think somebody may have deliberately put poison down Sally's well.
Yikes! What makes you think that?
The Department of Health found unusually high levels of arsenic in the water sample I sent them.
Somebody's trying to poison you with arsenic? They said that?
It's apparently not unusual to find some arsenic in well water.
So somebody could be trying to poison you, but you don't know for sure.
Right, and they may not be trying to poison anybody. They may want to contaminate the well just enough to force Sally to either go to the expense of digging a new one or forget the
I
whole
will
thing
say
and
that at
leave.
least
And
Bess and
because
George aren't
arsenic
the
is
Hardy
found
Boys
naturally in
the
well
last
water
game.
anyway, you may never know for sure. Bummer.
I found the coolest old newspaper. It's from 1927,
Coolest
and on the
old
front page is an
newspaper.
article
I
about
stinking
Mickey
love
Mouse and a
newspapers.
man named William Akers.
Don't even get
Any
me
relation
started.
to Park Ranger Jeff Akers?
When I asked, Jeff Akers said that it was just a huge unfortunate coincidence. According to the paper, William Akers was Mickey Malone's most trusted employee, his #1 go-to guy.
Yeah,
Where'd
it
you
did
find
not
it?
sound like he was telling the truth, though.
Who?
When we asked Jeff Akers about
Oh yeah.
if he was related.
Are you related?
I'm not
No.
related to any...
He's no son of mine. Everyone born into my family disowns
You know how
Bill
all of us seem to wind up
Akers
in houses with secret
on
passageways?
birth.
I guess they follow you around.
Well, I found these hidden stairs
They do
leading from the
follow
living
her.
room into the cellar.
It's weird when
What's
hallways
down there?
follow you, though.
That's what's weird. The stairs led
It's a
down
thing.
into this empty space. There's some kind of safe in the wall
That
and a set
horror
of stairs
thing where
leading
you're
to a door
walking
that
down a
goes
hallway and it
outside,
just
but that was
keeps
it.
getting longer.
Why would Malone
'Cause
bother
it's
hiding a
walking
staircase
with you.
if it didn't go somewhere important?
Oh
Bye, you
man, I
guys.
would love to
See
tear
ya.
this
Bye.
out.
That's what Odin did.
Anyway, she finds it super suspicious that Red happens to be birdwatching during the day at the same time that Nancy is almost killed. He's never birdwatching during the day. I can clear that up. He's just always birdwatching. He doesn't sleep.
Hey, Sally, it's Nancy.
But at night,
Nancy,
he's in
hi,
the
how's it going?
trees so the dogs don't eat him.
I'm afraid I have some bad news. I had your well water tested, and according to the health department, it contains a very high level of arsenic.
Arsenic? Somebody poisoned my well?
Maybe, maybe not. The health department is running
Yeah,
more tests.
Nancy
When
is
you
saying
bought the
maybe,
house,
maybe
did
not.
anyone mention
Nancy
a problem with
originally
the
was like,
well?
Love that house, and I am going to leave. If that well's bad, I'll just dig another one. At least I will when I know for sure why bad things keep happening there. You are
Bet I am.
I'm dying.
In the paperwork that you had to wade through when you bought this property, do you recall ever coming across the name Vivian Whitmore?
No, I sure don't.
I'm sure that comes up a lot when you're
Close
buying a
friend of Mickey
house.
Malone's,
There's
or
just
so
a
it would
list of
seem.
previous
Her name
owners
wasn't
and their
anywhere on the
girlfriends.
deed, I know that.
Talk to you later.
Thanks again.
They
Nan.
quiz you on it. That's part of home ownership. It's kind of irresponsible not to know who owned your house in the 1920s and who they were dating at the time.
Okay, here's the thing. I'd like to know. Like, that sounds like cool. Like, if you're buying a historical property like this, like, I'd want to know.
Okay, but
If
why
you're
is
selling
Sally
something, hang
buying
up right
this?
now. I got an air horn in my hand that could definitely
What's
Oh my
Sally's
gosh,
end game?
this voice.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no,
you
please.
got to
I'm not
Vivian?
selling anything,
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
me. Is this Vivian Whitmore?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Maybe
you
it
got
is.
exactly 5 seconds to state your business.
My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Moon Lake, Pennsylvania. I just wanted
Of
to
all
ask
the
you
old
some
ladies
questions.
in this game,
Oh, right.
she is
The
one of the
Moon
best.
Lake
Snake
Ranger
Parker and
said you might call.
But like, the bar is set
An old
low.
friend of mine is flying in today from Florida, and when I say old, I mean old, as in 5
don't know how
years
to hang
older
this
than
up.
I am. Don't bother trying to do the math, sweet
Let's
stuff.
put away
You'll hurt
now.
yourself. So, that ranger fella said you found an old
I feel
picture
good
of
about
me.
this decision.
It was of you and Mickey Malone. Do you remember him?
Of course
It
I
wouldn't hang
remember
up
him. I
properly.
remember everything about that time of my life. It was
I
the
had no
roaring
other
20s, for
recourse.
crying out loud. One of the most exciting decades in American history. Just because I've got a few years on most people doesn't mean my
Sweet
brain's
stuff?
turned to tapioca.
Don't
sweet
call me
stuff.
sweet stuff.
Did you spend much time at his
Tapioca
place
brain.
on Moon Lake?
Moon Lake. Talk about your fond memories.
Fond
I had a lot of
memories.
fun there. Although I wasn't anywhere near as wild as most
I wasn't
young
as
people
wild
were
as
back
most
then.
people were
But
back
I
then.
think Mickey
I
kinda
just
respected
dated a
me for that.
mobster.
I was his gal for 5 years. He
Oh,
always
man.
kept birch beer on tap at that speakeasy of his just
Most people
for
were
me.
way crazier than me.
He had a speakeasy?
Birch
Where?
It
beer.
was in the basement, right there at Moon Lake. Feds never knew about it, but everybody who was anybody on the East Coast back then, actors, musicians, bankers, politicians, they knew. You weren't
Can you
big
just-
time unless you'd made at least one trip to Moon Lake Mickey's.
Can you imagine the sales pitch that they gave Sally McDonald? They're like, look, it's remote, it's in the middle of nowhere. There's one road, and if a twig falls over it, you're stuck because all paths end in bushes. And so it's just you. There is a nature area nearby manned by one person who will visit your property at will. And there is another man who just kind of lives in your side yard, and you're going to have to be okay with that. Also, there may or may not be ghosts of the dogs of a long dead gangster who owned the place. Do
Did
you want
this
signed
speakeasy have a
papers?
secret entrance?
There was a lock hidden in one of the tombstones.
She wouldn't
in
have
that
bought it
little
if she knew about the
cemetery behind
arsenic,
the house.
though. I mean,
You
that put
needed
it
a
over
key to
the
unlock
edge.
it, and when you did, stairs would appear that led to the speakeasy.
Do you have any idea how to get into Malone's speakeasy from the house?
I sure don't. That saloon was built using 2 main ingredients.
Concrete and secrecy.
Mickey
That's the name of my
always
new
bragged that
EDM
nobody could
album.
get in unless he wanted them in, and I do believe he was right. But I'll tell you what, if you send me that picture of
It's
me,
not a bad name for an
I'll
album.
send you my key.
If you send me that picture, I'll send you my key.
The key to the tombstone?
Oh, it's to a
You still have it?
tombstone!
The
Ah!
jewelry
Don't
box.
get too
That's so
excited.
cool!
It's
Close
not
to
as cool as you
throwing
think
it
it
out
is. It's
100
for
times,
tombstone
It's
pizza.
so small, and the memories it brings are so big. Well, I just couldn't. As a joke, Mickey had a tombstone made with the name of this federal agent who had it out for him inscribed
Thank
on
you.
it. That's the one the key unlocks.
Do you you know anything about the safe that's in the cellar of his house at Moon Lake?
You must be talking about the wall safe. That was Willie's. By Willie, I mean William Akers.
Oh no, he went by Willie? No, go by Bill. What kind of a weenie goes
I
by...
don't suppose
sorry if anyone's out there
What
goes...
kind of weenie goes by the name
Willie?
Willie?
Because Willie was
Do you
constant.
even realize what you said there?
And superstitious? Well, as I recall,
Apparently not, since you're
think
asking.
of it, you
It's just a dorky sounding name. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Both of those words are euphemisms for the same thing.
Well, that's what she said. Unlucky number? Like what? Like 012932?
the day that something bad happened, like when the stock market crashed, or when somebody died, or the address of a house
Oh,
that caught fire,
2008.
or the phone number of the police, that sort of thing.
911,
It's
got
been
it.
fun talking to you.
119.
He's suing you.
I'll be suing you.
At least she's honest about it. No, not the Harney boys.
Oh, we also have to mail the picture to her.
No,
Hello?
Hi, Frank.
I
Nancy?
refuse.
Hey, Joe, pick up the phone. Joe's in the kitchen. Worked up a real appetite watching
Oh,
me
my
vacuum
shoes
out
are
the
here.
car. Hello?
Hi, Joe. It's Nancy. What are you eating?
Sandwich. Either roast beef or really old turkey. Can't tell. Don't care. So how's life as a dog catcher?
I feel
I
that.
managed to get in touch with someone who used to be Malone's girlfriend. She says
Maybe
there's a
I should
speakeasy
eat
beneath
something.
Sally's house.
But you haven't been in it yet?
No, Vivian, that's her name. She's going to send me her key. I'm not even going to tell you what the key unlocks.
So you could literally be sitting on top of a
Yeah,
speakeasy?
men.
Cool. How do you
You
think your
get
suspects
me.
would feel if that
Like,
turned
I'm
out
not
to be
reading
the
it,
case?
so I'm not paying attention.
Emily
Emily
Griffin would no doubt
Griffin.
be thrilled at the chance to collect artifacts on dry land for once.
But it would be easier to collect them if no one else knew about the speakeasy. So if she somehow knows about it and figures you and Sally don't,
She'd have a motive for trying to scare us
Is
off
that
the
a
property.
detective
In
thing
other
to
words,
go
you're
around
right back where you
calling
started.
people and
Maybe
referring to
Emily has a
people
motive,
by
maybe
both
she
their
doesn't.
first and
Anything
last
else my
name?
genius brother and I
Because
can do
I
with it?
don't think I've ever done that. Unless I'm referring to like
Later,
two.
guys.
No, even when I'm referring to somebody who has the same name as like 5 other people. Like there are 5 billion Nicks out there. And I still don't usually.
Nick.
I go
Like-
Nick from, and then where we know I know their last names.
Yeah, no.
It's just it feels weird to see Nancy constantly being like, yes, Emily Griffin and Jeff Akers.
Jeff Akers.
Jeff Akers. Vowels are hard. Yeah, it helps keep suspects and witnesses straight. But I'm just saying that for immersion purposes, after I've played this game 50 times in my childhood, and already have it memorized, you can't do it yet.
Yeah, I can.
You can't, though.
I can.
You're going to die.
No!
Okay, well, it's good that you have spirit.
012932. 012932. 012932.
It looks like
Oh.
a tiny hole.
Oh.
What's the combination?
Yeah, shut up, Nancy. 01. 1.
Okay, I have it written here.
2932.
Oh,
Okay.
1,
1,
2,
2,
9, 3, 2. Yeah, he has the mask, but he's missing something. But that's okay, I guess.
Oh my gosh. What kind of crappy
I bet those
safe
were
is
deer mice.
this?
Hey, deer mice have magical properties.
So I'm guessing I need gloves.
I better be careful. I better be careful. I better be careful. I better be careful.
Stop being such a
You better be
Nancy,
careful.
Nancy. Just grab the book! Gosh dang it.
Stop breathing in the air. Go breathe air somewhere else.
Okay, so we have to send a picture. Oh, I bet we need to get an envelope from
A
Ems
picture of
Emporium,
what?
don't we? Huh? What?
A picture of what?
Picture.
Ugh. Hey, I bet I can sink. Oh, it's already at its lowest.
Yeah.
Who would want it this high?
Hello again, Miss
Oh, I
Drew.
feel like I'm
Am I in for
5.
another interrogation?
I'd like to
very
mail
tall.
this photo to the woman in Las Vegas. Can you do that for me?
As always, I'm here to serve, Miss Drew. Just give it to me and I'll take care of it. I'm sure she'll be very pleased to get this back.
Thanks for all
It
your
does
help.
encourage me to
That's
sit
why
up a
I'm
little
here.
straighter, though.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm enjoying being taller than you.
Hello again, Miss Drew.
Thanks for all your help.
Naomi
So,
says,
I-
aren't there rubber gloves in the kitchen?
Don't... Kitchen.
What's
Oh,
a
the-
kitchen?
Shut up.
Do they sell kitchens at Ems Emporium?
I'm... Okay, why did I veer? Why did Nancy veer so far? Like, here's Ems Emporium, just...
She's on a boat having fun. Girls just want to have
How you
fun.
holding up?
That's what I'm
Guess I'll
told.
see you later.
Always a pleasure.
I know we have to do something with this display case.
Not yet. Comes after you get the key.
A key, the key.
I'm here. Key. Here. This chair is built weird. You have to sit very far back in order for your head to be reaching
Mm-hmm.
the back.
Well, I don't think there's anything I can do except pass a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So you did the thing that we came back here to do?
Shoot. What did we come back here to do? You said something about gloves, but I don't remember there being any gloves anywhere around here.
Find the gloves, find the gloves.
I mean, logically there should be gloves in the shed, but there weren't before the fire, so I don't know why they're...
It's probably not safe to go in there.
Oh... Stop being such a person.
It is frustrating that she's a person. I try not to be if I can.
Apparently I can...
I never knew that!
I just noticed the
Oh
ladder.
my gosh, I've played this game a million times and have never done that. How useless, but I like it. This is the first new thing I've seen.
But yeah, apparently
It's a ladder. They removed the
The-
speaker.
the speaker is gone.
You do need gloves.
Yes, I am aware of that.
And you better start praying that they're in the kitchen, because if you were supposed to get them out of the shed, you're hosed. Time for pixel
I-
searching. Can you pixel search?
Shut up. Oh.
Yay!
Okay, well. I think it'll actually be faster to go outside.
It is fun to go outside. Squeak, squeak.
So what exactly?
I love that the
Journal,
implication is
William
that you're just
Akers.
holding the gloves and the face mask.
Speakeasy.
Okay, here.
Today, Mickey went to prison, but they were taking him to the paddy wagon. He told me to take care of his dogs, and when the time came, to do their tombstones like he'd told me. Then he whispered to me to look under the Victrola in the speakeasy at Moon Lake. He said I'd find a map to the gold he stole 2 years ago. Then they shoved him into the wagon, and that was that. Poor Mickey. How's a guy who never spent one night in jail supposed to spend 8 years in prison? 8 years, that's not that long. He'll never make it. I think he wants me to have the gold because deep down he knows he's never coming home. Though I guess 100 years ago, I think...
No, people lived longer than 8 years 100 years ago.
Anyway, I looked under the Victrola and found the map. The problem is there's nothing on it except a bunch of lines and the words "the dogs will lead the way." There's no X marking the spot or directions or nothing. But I need money bad. My wife and baby had anything decent to eat in months. So I'm gonna pack them up and move to Moon Lake permanently so I can spend my time looking for the gold. Mickey never told me outright that he was the guy who pulled off the hole-in-the-floor gold heist. He always said the less I knew, the healthier I'd stay, but according to the papers, a bunch of gold was stolen off a moving train right under the noses of about a dozen Pinkertons. Mickey must have greased somebody's palm real good and got him to cut a hole in the floor of the boxcar the gold was going to be shipped in. After the gold was loaded, one of his boys crawled under the train and pulled himself into the boxcar. Then, when the train was moving, he dropped the gold down the hole onto the tracks. Mickey's boys picked it up and got away clean. Nobody ever suspected Mickey was behind it. So what I'm looking for is 20 gold bars. The papers said altogether they weighed about 600 pounds. The question is, did Mickey hide them in one place, or did he spread them around? He must have buried them, but where? I just thought of something. Maybe Mickey trained his dogs to go to the gold if you say the right word. I'm going to try saying gold to see them tomorrow and see what happens. I've said every word I can think of to all the dogs, but they haven't led me anywhere except around in circles. I spent the last month following them around, first Xander, then Vetus, then Lucy. I don't have to follow Iggy because all he does is sleep on the porch. So it looks like I'm gonna have to start digging. I'll dig under the porch first, seeing as that's where Iggy always is. A month ago, I started working as a handyman over in Lewistown, to make ends meet. So even though I stop by Mickey's every day to feed the dogs, I can only look for the gold at night. I dug all around under the porch and didn't find nothing. I marked the porch on the map.
Joe Akers? Emily said Jeff Akers' father was named Joe. Maybe Jeff is related to
Yes,
William
thank you,
Akers after all.
Thank you, Nancy. On the map with a big eye for Iggy because that's the place he always leads me to. I was so busy last Tuesday that when I almost wasn't there when my son was born, we're calling him Joe. His big sister is real happy. She says baby Joe is just like the dolly she's always wanted that we could never afford to get her. Okay?
If you can't afford a doll, you can't afford another baby.
The truth is, we can't really afford Joe neither.
Oh, well, there we go.
I keep writing to Mickey, asking him to please tell me straight out where the gold is. but he never writes back. I just have to keep digging. Leavenworth Prison, Leavenworth 48, Kansas. So, okay, you can start reading.
Now I spend all my free time digging in the woods. I dig around everything that could be a landmark. Logs, rocks, trees, stumps, but I never find nothing. Plus I keep getting lost. The paths look so much alike, especially at night, that I spend most of my time trying to figure out where I am. So last Sunday I memorized the way to the cemetery. It's this. Even though Mickey never allowed the dogs in the speakeasy or the tunnels, I've been looking there for the gold because I looked everywhere else that I can think of and got nowhere. Last week I found out that Mickey changed the passcodes to the spigots in the speakeasy. This got my hopes up because the way I figured it, why would Mickey change the code without telling me unless he was hiding something? But when I finally figured out the new code, I didn't find nothing in the tunnel that opened up that wasn't there before. Why Mickey spent all that money on pictures of those dogs of his, I'll never understand. I give up. Mickey's dead and so are all his dogs. I'll never find the gold. I got a good job offer over in Harrisburg and I'm gonna take it. Little Joe and Sarah deserve a better life than they've gotten so far, and it's high time Callie got a nice house and a husband who doesn't spend all his time chasing after something he can't find. But I'm leaving this journal here because who knows, maybe someday I'll suddenly remember something Mickey said and it'll finally hit me where he hid the gold. Maybe I'll come back here and find it after all, but in the meantime I got my family. They're what's important. They're treasure enough. Who writes journals like this? The dogs will lead the way. I wonder what that means.
And what do you mean who writes journals like this?
I don't know, it's just the structure is weird. Did I do it right?
Close enough.
Okay,
The
anyway,
dogs will
it
lead the way.
is... stop it. Stop it. Dang it.
So, I'm guessing... the...
Blah. Ah! Why are you this way? I
It's
hate
an
Twitch.
Android app. They're all terrible. I swear, like, almost
No,
every...
I'm not saying that people don't write journals. I'm saying that the style in which he wrote is weird to me. But, like, whatever. I'm not a dude in the 1930s. Anyway, it is 7 o'clock.
Oh. Okay, I guess
So-
we can stop there then.
Yeah, and we're not gonna get to anything else too soon.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm still enjoying this game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's getting to the winding down part. But that's fine.
Boop. Oh, and I'm guessing the dogs will lead the way. I'm guessing that that's the directions they're facing in the cupboard.
Why would he hide that and say that that's how you get to the gold when that's how you open the door to the cellar? That William Akers
Well, you
would
have to
already
solve.
know.
You have to solve that puzzle, and then like
No, he already knows how to
it's
solve
a piece
that
of the puzzle. It's a piece
No,
of the
it's not.
puzzle, is what I'm saying.
No, because William Akers had access to that area because he put his journal there.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the directions the dogs are facing, you use the direction the dogs are facing when you solve that puzzle, and then, like, you have to find where your starting point is or something, but then you use
We'll
the
see.
directions they're facing. Ha.
We'll see.
The dogs will lead the way.
Anyway, that is all for me.
Yeah. That's it for the Peter and Deb show tonight.
Bye.
Yeah, as usual, I might play something, I might not. So, goodbye for now.